Hi folks, just a bit of advice about varnishing acrylic. Well, that's easy. You can use any varnish on acrylic. You can use retouch varnish, which is mainly for oil paintings. I don't know where mine is now. Or you can use polyurethane type varnish. But I wouldn't recommend household varnish, like yacht varnish, because it goes too shiny. So it's not a good idea. I've got a lovely Venice painting downstairs, even though I say so myself. I gave it a couple of coats of household varnish, and you can almost see your face on it. So, but on acrylic, I use, I only use PVA glue, the small one. If I shake it, it doesn't make a noise because it's of a certain viscosity. But adding water, well, you can hear it. It's about the right consistency. If you over thin the PVA glue, it's just a waste of time. It's a bit of an experiment, but I would say probably 50-50. And I've just given this a coat of varnish because it's lovely and sunny now. It dries very quickly, but I will give it another coat when I've finished. You can't see the shine on it. What you can see is the ripples where the paper's croggled a bit. But I'm not bothered about that because eventually I'll flatten them all out, even with the household iron. But that's my advice. You don't have to buy this brand, but the wood adhesive, 502 wood adhesive, that's a litre bottle. I couldn't get another litre bottle where I got this one, so it's half a litre. But it lasts for ages, but it's good to varnish them. It gives them it brings out the colour. But there are varnishes for oil paints, and one is retouch varnish. But you've got to make sure the painting is pretty dry before you add it. And any colours like burnt umber, dull colours, so dry dull, the colour will lift. It will bring out the colour of when you put it on the paint on the canvas or whatever you're using. But you shouldn't varnish an oil painting for at least 6 months, really, with a proper finished varnish, because it probably won't. Well, I don't know. I've never done it. I don't usually varnish them at that age. I just let them go with retouch varnish, and then the owners can get them revarnished themselves, as and when. But the answer to the question is, yeah. And you can also paint oils over acrylic. You can't do it the other way. You can't paint acrylic on oil. It just won't stick. But I could go over that with a nice oil paint. You never know the difference. But it then becomes mixed media and acrylic. But if you cover it all with oil, then there's an oil painting there. So if you need any questions answered, just go on my YouTube channel and on this channel and ask. Always there to ask. All right, okay. I'll end the sermon there, and this will be a separate video, I think. No, it won't. I'll put this on as part of the video, but I'll just pause. Right, welcome back, folks. Right, I've just masked off the borders of this. 2 reasons. One, that it gives a nice finish to the painting because you've got a pure white border, and the other is it makes it smaller and easier to paint. It's a good size. It's about well, this is an A3 size now, reduced to A4. I don't understand it. I just wonder if this sort of amount would go on there. No, too big. Too big. What's this one? Oh, there, well, that's a nice one. Look at that. not wide enough to catch the width, but we'll use it afterwards. Now then, got some white out here, but it's got a bit jellified. Look. It's horrible. But I did buy it as a cheapo from Hobbycraft. They paid loads of acrylics on their sell-by date. So if I give it a bit of a spray. Now I was watching some landscapes on the YouTube channels showing the war or so on, and there's quite a bit of landscape that I find very attractive now. I never used to. I would regard rough ground as rough ground and to be overlooked, but it gives a bit of texture to things. And I'm going to put a bit of water in here. So we'll have. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to start. I just load the brush, whack it on, and then refine it as I go into something that I like, or not, as the case may be. So that's the only idea I've got in my mind, that there was some bit of rough land here, but I want to get some nice colours in as well. So here we are, got a bit of water. Let's put the Payne's Grey. I mean this. Okay, water here somewhere. Then we can have a bit of a we'll have some trees on the horizon, so bit of red. Don't like the yellow. But the one I did yesterday, the watercolour, the green one, it wasn't so much that I was good, it was that I changed the paint, the watercolour paint to this one. Let's try and get some more of it. It's an artist's colour. It was Jackson's. It's cad yellow light, and it's mixed with the Payne's Grey. It came up with this brilliant range of greens. Absolutely superb. Now, always on my mind that I'm trying to abstract, but it doesn't seem that much luck. But I haven't been doing it that long, so it's just a challenge. I'll get this lighter. Let's get some in here. Oh. Alright, let's get some nice ochre in there now. Bit of white, bit of that white. Bit of red. plenty of colour, but I want that lighter on this horizon. That's a bit better. Now we want some dark here to counter change against the light, so let's bring this over here. No, they've gone too high with that. Let's get me cloth. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's just put in a bit of reflection here. Just a touch of red in this. Right. I'll put a bit of sky in before I put the water in, because the water will reflect what's around and above, but they're still not as brilliant as I'd like. I've got some orange, but I'm loath to use it because I don't want to increase the pigments on the palette. But maybe I will for this. If I can find it. Oh yeah, I can see it. I very rarely use it. I like to mix it, but they don't seem to be mixing with my ordinary student quality acrylics. That's probably why. Right, there we go. Let's put that there. Just a bit, and we can. Okay, so let's get a bit of a. See what we can make of that. Bit of yellow. Don't want too much water on your brush, because it'll make the paper clog. It's lovely paper to work on. There's no tooth on it, of course, because it's smooth cartridge paper. But let's get some yellow, cabin yellow, deep, or a deep yellow. I'll do a bit of yellow ochre in that. Let's get a bit of blue, a bit of red. But yeah, let's put some water on the brush. Just mixing some of that reddy colour, orange. I don't do any sunset, it's not with orange anyway. Ooh, just have fun with your painting. I'm not working from any reference material here. I'm just guessing the skies. Coming. Plenty of layers there. Just glazing over. Right, now, have some fun. Let's get that a bit lighter. Ooh, didn't want the ochre, did I? Let's get some nice bright orange, yellow, but white. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I'm not an expert at sunsets, as you know, but barbecue weather in the UK, well, in London anyway. Now, this bit of reflection in just looks like it's a continuation of the land, doesn't it? Right, let's have a go at that. Let's see, and we'll go back to that. Right. Scumble over that just to bring some of that orange in the bit of ground there. Right, now we want this rough ground here. Let's get that done. Burnt sienna. Get this rough ground in. Bit of Payne's grey, bit of burnt sienna, bit of this and the other. Look, you can scum it over this very quickly. Alright, there's some silhouette trees. I'm going to change the brush for this. I'm going to use one of my so we want it dark, but we don't want it dark black, red. See what that's like. Got a bit of red in there, I think. Try and keep some air in the trees, or in the canopies anyway. Just mixing a little bit of the orange in with the Payne's grey. Clean the brush. Well, let's see if we can get some bit of light back in here now. Now, be careful when you put brushes into water. The ferrule is hollow, and water gets in there, and then you have to shake it out. It's all about scumbling now. That is probably going to be dry. So we put some of that light, backlight, in there. No, that's wet. It's a bit wet. Right, let's see if we can get some lighter orange that will reflect in that pond. Now this, oh good. Right, okay, well we're getting somewhere. Stumble over the whole lot. Right, so I just need to get that a bit lighter now. Still working on it. Do that yellow. Oh, now that doesn't look like anything, but it's sort of a bush. So I'll just go back to my original brush. Give it a shake. I'm not shaking on my carpet, it's a rug on top of carpet tiles. But slowly it's getting covered with paint, bits of this, bits of that. What was I going to do? I was just going to put a bit of detail in there. Oh, not doing too bad with this orange. How do we get a nice, brilliant light in here? Well, I tried to give an impression of what I sort of saw. Well, I don't think I can do any more to it than that. Now I'm going to take your headphones off and mute your sound. I'm just going to soften this tape, and I don't want to edit it. So, ready, go. Right, okay, let's start peeling off. Look, quite easy. And then as a finale, I'll varnish it, because this will be dry. Right, take your phones off again, or mute your sound, because I'm going to do the top one. Then I'm going to bone dry this with a hairdryer. Ready, go. Right, that's enough, that's all we're going to do. But look, it leaves the surface of the paper intact. Oh dear, my headphones. Right, now, get a brush. This is from a pack of cheap brushes. Now I'll get my bit of oh, that's about the right consistency for acrylic varnish. Close the lid, it screws down, and then it pokes out a little bit at the top, which you can prise off with a spike or something. So here we go. Let's go over the margins. Give it a good bash. What I don't want is it to run off the paper and stick to the one underneath. So let's just do that. Now, don't be scared because it goes opaque. It dries perfectly clear. And you've got a nice coat of varnish just to bring out some of the colour. Now I do apologise that from time to time, when I take the photograph or you're watching the video, I've got the light shining from a roof, a loft window that reflects unevenly on the lumps and bumps. So there we are. Look. I'll give that a good. Put the brush in the water. It's just over there. We'll just leave that for a few seconds. I'll give it a try. Now you can see it's almost opaque now. Right, headphones off, neutral sound now, go. And you can also stick your loose chairs together again with the studio board. It's a wood tree. But it's acrylic. Probably didn't know that. I won't give it another coat. I will eventually, but... Okay, well there you are. It's varnished. Look, it's got a slight sheen on it. But now we'll put the mount on and see what we've got. Oh, there we are. Another one. It just shows the range of acrylic painting, where you can just carry on working. Look, it's perfectly dry. There's a bit of a lump there, but I'm going to place my sketch pad on a flat surface and weight it with some tins of paint. So hopefully that will come out. I'll give it a bit of a signature. Where's my pen? I'll sign them, not with acrylic, it's too difficult. So that's it. That's acrylic as well. Right, okay, thanks for watching, folks, and let's just get that more or less in the middle. Let's just do that. Well, there we are. That's push that back in a bit. Oops. Sorry about this wretched boom. It needs a bit of linseed oil on it, I think. I try to get it in the middle, but there you are. Oh, what's that shining there? Oh, something on the lens. Right, okay, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.